Please help us by clicking the like and subscribe button. Thank you, guys.
The updated Thailand Pass online registration is now accepting application for the new test-free entry. It opened just after midnight today. From 1st of May 2022, travelers arriving in Thailand by air will be subject to much simplified entry measures. Fully vaccinated travelers only need to upload the following documents: a passport, certificate of vaccination, and proof of insurance, now valued at $10,000 down from the earlier $20,000. Unvaccinated and not fully vaccinated travelers are now treated much the same. Upload your passport, certificate of vaccination, proof of the $10,000 insurance, and a negative PCR test taken within 72 hours of departure. If the unvaccinated traveler cannot provide a negative PCR test, they will have to do the 5-day alternative quarantine. And land border checkpoints in 17 border provinces will reopen from this Sunday. Officials have agreed to reopen 31 permanent land border checkpoints in 17 provinces. To enter Thailand by land, vaccinated Thai citizens and travelers from neighboring countries, including Laos, Cambodia, Myanmar, and Malaysia, can enter without the need to submit COVID-19 tests or insurance. But foreigners who want to enter Thailand by land are still required to pre-register through the Thailand Pass and purchase insurance that covers at least $10,000. Unvaccinated travelers may enter via land, but will be required to provide a negative PCR test result taken within 72 hours prior to entering the kingdom. So the procedure is much the same as travelers arriving by air. There's a full list of the checkpoints reopening on May 1st at thetiger.com. A 42-year-old woman has drowned in Bangkok's Chao Phraya River yesterday. The woman was washing her clothes on the riverbank in the Phra Pradaeng District in Samut Prakan province, between Bangkok and the mouth of the river, when she fell into the water. Around 12:30 yesterday, officers from the local police station received a report of a woman falling into the rivers. When they arrived, there was just a pile of clothes and sheets left on the banks. A team of divers were able to retrieve her body from the river. The deceased was identified as 42-year-old Waraphon, a homeless woman who was living in the park just in front of Phra Pradaeng's police station. Her body was taken by a rescue team to a hospital for an autopsy. A sign of times. A well-known noodle shop named Lukshin Pla Bantat Thong in Bangkok has temporarily closed after being open for 80 years. The owners told customers, "We've had to close all branches temporarily." Since the pandemic hit, many businesses have had to close down, originally because of lockdowns and curfews. Now all the customers are back, but inflation is killing their businesses, which rely on stable, low pricing. The owner told Thai media that both inflation and a lack of tourists, Thai or foreign, is making their business impossible at this time. They say they are going to keep all their shops closed temporarily until the situation stabilizes, to protect their investment. They calculated that the cost of ingredients surged 50% since Songkran. And another inflation indicator in Thailand, the unofficial food staple, the humble mama noodles. The cost of a packet has been an affordable 6 baht per packet since 2014. However, Mama's manufacturer, Thai President Foods, says they plan to increase the price of their instant noodles next month to compensate for rising costs of transport and raw materials. Thailand's Minister of Commerce said he will try to delay the price increase of the important products for as long as possible. They say the cost of the main ingredients, wheat flour and palm oil, are the reason they need to increase their prices. While the proposed increase is only 1 baht to 7 baht per packet, it still represents a 16% increase.
Transferring money overseas? Sick and tired of the insane charges? Well, there's a new product to solve that problem. Try D-Money on your next international money transfer with the best rates and no added costs. Go to dmoney.com.
Elsewhere in the region, after Sri Lanka declared a state of emergency earlier this month, the country has seen massive political unrest as protesters call on the president and his powerful family to step down. Last week, Sri Lankan police shot and killed one protester in an incident that quickly spread across social media. Yesterday, workers participated in mass walkouts. The protesters included teachers, bank employees, and train drivers, all marching to the president's office, and thousands of people went out in the streets across Sri Lanka. This follows skyrocketing prices in the country, power blackouts, and a lack of fuel. Sri Lanka's president says he is willing to form an interim government with a new PM and cabinet. But the prime minister, who is the president's older brother, has declined to step down. The Chinese megacity of Guangzhou has canceled hundreds of flights yesterday and launched mass testings of 5.6 million people after a single COVID-19 case as the battle to maintain China's zero-COVID policy sweeps across the country. China is facing its worst outbreak since the peak of the first wave in early 2020, with eastern Shanghai recording dozens of daily deaths and capital Beijing sealing off whole neighborhoods where mere handfuls of cases have been detected. Under its zero COVID-19 policy, China has used lockdowns, mass testings, and travel restrictions to brutally stamp out infections. But now the strategy is under strain, with the highly transmissible Omicron variant punching through health controls. It is estimated that some 165 million people are now directly affected by the country's current lockdowns. An old earthquake-damaged bridge has collapsed under heavy traffic in a central Philippine town, sending about a dozen vehicles plummeting into the river below, killing at least 4 people. An Austrian tourist is among the dead, and at least 23 others, including his wife, were injured in the bridge's collapse on Wednesday afternoon on Bohol in the central Philippines. Police report that an initial investigation showed that the bridge gave way under the weight of vehicles stuck in a traffic jam on it, including a truck loaded with sand and gravel to be used in the construction of a nearby bridge.
Please help us by clicking the like and subscribe button. Thank you, guys.
Good Morning Thailand gets up to 80,000 viewers per week, and we'd like to weaponise our audience for you.
That's right. So if you have a business or property or even your house that you'd like to sell,
Private yacht?
yeah, we could be in space.
I'm not sure about space.
Well, all you have to do is contact us on info@thethaiger.com, and you can hire us up to a day or even a week, and we'll go to your property and do the show live.
Good Morning Thailand, coming your way.